Okay. And we're live. That went up quick this time. And let's just see if I can go get a chat window up. No, that's the last video I did. I want today's video, not Monday's. There we go. And if I can just get a pop-out chat. Close the stream. Ready? Okay, so there's chat. I've got the game. Things seem to be going fine. Right. So, I'll be starting at 10 o'clock again, so 2 minutes. 1 minute and a bit. And back to playing through as Sorin in Final Fantasy XIV. I've realised, I think, a little bit why I get kind of sinister vibes from Sorin when he looks like that. Has anyone else watching seen Revenge of the Sith? Remember Anakin on Mustafar? Does that not kind of give you the same... I think that's where I'm getting the evil vibes from. So we're still here in Summerford. Got a quest from Gurkant. And we'll just keep going on and seeing where things go. Well, we're still on level 8 quest. Quests go leveled up pretty quick early on. Yep, Sifu. Hello. While I've been waiting, that Mikote has been up and down here several times. I can only assume she's doing the starting Limsa quests as well. Right, there we go, 10 PM. So, Gurkant, how can I help you, sir? Gurkant seeks fertile soil to improve the yields of his newly ploughed fields. That sounds a little bit more manageable than all this kidnapping business. Blast! At this rate, the crops will never be ready for harvest. If only we had black loam. Just a bit could send our stocks soaring. I bet Wind knows where you might find some. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchard. I will do that. I suppose I've been hired on to help the farm, and this is much safer, calmer work than hunting down these kidnappers. Could do with a break from all the stressful stuff. Just close chat quickly. So, the orchard. I was down there, I believe. Oh, these orchards. I thought you were talking about the one over there where I found one of the... I've forgotten his name already. Sevlin's gang. I believe his name was Sevlin. But read it. I was asked about finding out black loam. That Gurkant's got a head of cabbage in if he thinks I'm fetching him any black loam. But if you dare to pinch some from the cookpot, then be my guest. Just mind you don't get trampled upon by the Aurochs that dwell there. Once you've 3 bushels worth, take the black loam to Freywell at Tiller's Rest. He'll know what to do. Cooker's pot? That is... where? Oh, the cookpot. There is a big fate on right there now. For the next minute and a bit. So this way. Let's go and gather some black loam. Not exactly glamorous work, but I don't know, probably beats getting stabbed. Oh, that's a bit of a drop. Yes, running around everywhere. Getting the chocobo will be nice. That's probably not going to happen this episode, because I believe it's like closer to like level 20-25 range you get chocobo, isn't it? because it's after your first trial, I believe. Hello, Minus. Oh, these guys are all aggressive as well, so I need to be careful if I want to avoid getting in pointless fights. Once gentle Aurochs living in the cult have grown bold since the arrival of bull known as Minos. Slay the beast and show the other creatures who it is they should truly fear. Oh, never mind. Hello. If there was more time in the Fate, I'd probably attempt it, but don't think 25 seconds is long enough for defeating that guy. Oh, here's the first one. It's all for a good cause. It's all for a good cause. The fish? Or no? Oh, hello. Oh, no, he wants to fight me. That works. Is there a reason to kill fish? Are they on my... pupils on my hunting log, and I've just not noticed this whole time. No, they're not. Is that just Seri telling Sorin to kill fish? Okay. Never. Just one more, that's all I need. Quite literally a steaming sack of shite. Yep. Hello. I really don't want to have to carry this in my inventory any longer, so could you please not get in my way? Thank you. Sorry about that. I will be out of your house now. Okay, so Black Loam to Freywall at Tiller's Rest. Tiller's Rest is... that's the place I was... I have no reason to kill fish. They're perfectly innocent. They're not even aggressive. Some of these pirates, though, look like... I'm not sure how I feel about people being on my hunting log, but I can only assume it means they're... oh. Guess I'm not getting time to question my choice. In this case, it's self-defense, right? I'm glad I dodged that stun. This is self-defense at this stage, right? This still counts. There's nothing grounded. Go, Carbuncle! Oh, not quick enough. Oh, and you brought one of your friends along, I see. Oh! No! Darn, I get a lot of abilities at this level. And... the sleep, I probably want to put on that toolbar. Fester there, and energy drain. There. I think. No, I feel so. Energy drain goes here, I believe. Yeah. Aetherflow gauge unlocked. Using the action energy drain fills the Aetherflow gauge, which is required to perform certain actions. At this stage, Fester. Poor Sorin's worried about killing people. They're people. Don't just kill people. Anyway, let's forget about that murder that just happened and talk to Freywall. Freywall, I have 3 bags of oh, even the weeds were dying this desolate dirt. I have 3 bags of stuff for you. But a bit of this black loam ought to change all that. I haven't seen any in ages. Gathering black loam's not for the weak of will, nor the weak of stomach, eh? Oh, don't tell me Gurkhant and Rotwenda neglected to mention where black loam comes from. I think I pieced it together, sir. What? Yeah, well, surely you figured out all on your own from the cloying stench. It comes from the Aurochs' lair, of all places. Yeah, I think... Well, why dwell on who misled whom about what? What matters is that your efforts have brought us to Black Loam, and we can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. You're welcome, sir. Glad to be of help. I think that my best option is the Alchemy Bronze piece, because I do believe, yeah, the weathered stuff you have is all fairly decent at this level. He does have another quest for me, but I also have unlocked the next Organist quest, but I'll keep going on the MSQ for a little bit more. Very well needs stolen farm tools recovered. So, anything else I can help you out with while I'm here? Confounded pirates! They know nothing of tilling, only killing. Stealing our shovels to melt and forge into axes of all things. That sounds like a problem. They're biting the hand that feeds them, the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson in obedience myself. If I hadn't sworn to stale word that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring back our farm tools and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown. Okay, so that means killing more people? I guess I should take this as justification for what happened earlier? Right. Let's go. A for charge. Let's try out new spells. There's 2 of the tools back. One more. And... yeah. I am sorry about the killing you thing, but you are criminals. I'm gonna move on now. Very well, sir, I have reclaimed your farm tools. I wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. Without tools like these, the tillers who frequent Tiller's Rest would have a hard time tilling. True. I found your tools. Good to see the tools back, and in serviceable condition. Which will be more than we can say of Severin when we get our hands on him. The wretch likely had a role in the theft. Yeah, I wouldn't exactly put it past him. But, does that mean you're going to ask me to kill him? I would... Despite him meeting the pirates in secret, I did. Couldn't care less if the waste rule won't work, but when he consorts with cut purses to take our tools away, he's crossed the line. Stalewern ought to know what sort of scalawag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you? I will do, sir. Does this mean if I was asked to kill the other guys to reclaim the tools? Stalewern seems to be a bit more calm about these things, so hopefully he'll know a peaceable solution. Back to Summerford for now. Mr. Stalewern, sir, I have news about Severin, and not the good kind. Pirates making off with our tools? Braywell did well not to take matters into his own hands. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. But I'll be damned if Severin thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished. Upgrade my Picatrix, except I am fairly certain I will get a new grimoire with the job quest. And there's level 11. Right. For now, I think I will return now to Limsa and see what work there is for me at the Organist's Guild. I think I'm experienced enough to take on another job. Hopefully something that will distract me a little from killing people. I guess such is the lot of an adventurer. Oh. Something happened. Oh, a new mess. New letter. Google. I don't believe it is important. It can wait. Pray return to Limsa. There's always somewhere you need to pray return to. Whalevan's Gate. Oh, Miss Furbegan? I'm returned for work. Acting Guildmaster Furbegan wishes to assess the improvement of your Arcana skills. Yes, Sorin? The time for your next lesson is upon us. You're keeping well, I trust. Taking the occasional brisk walk? One cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. I've been keeping active, I guess. Now, assuming you've been following Kilea's instructions, you should be ready to face the more dangerous threats surrounding Western Lanoska. I speak of roselings and wild jackals. And yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. It is the perfect sample size. The first acts as a preliminary test case, the second to test your hypotheses, and third to perfect the tactics you've devised. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply flinging ruin over and over again. You're not the novice you once were, and your skills in the field ought to reflect that. If you find yourself wanting further approaches, consider an assault with ruin in tandem with attacks from your carbuncle. When timed appropriately, you can deal a crippling blow to your opponent. I have kind of gone beyond slinging ruin endlessly. I've got Gemshine now. Occasionally. Where am I going for roselings and wild jackals? Western Lanosia. I haven't actually been there. Guess it's time to that is going to be a bit of a run, but lesson number 2. I have to go all the way up to the north to get to Western Lanosia. I could have maybe taken a boat, but I'm still don't have all that much money to my name. So for now, taking the long way is probably my best bet. And I do believe that our message means yes, I am in... Sorin has just joined the Free Company. Someone fishing. Perhaps I will take up fishing someday. Maybe something relaxing to do. Distracting from the violence here. I know it's kind of what I signed up for, but I hadn't quite considered it would lead to fighting other people. I was prepared for monsters and beasts and that sort. There's something different about hunting people. And there's the rain on. Because things weren't feeling depressing enough for me already. Megalocrabs, they aren't anything I need to target right now. Not an entry on my hunt log. Is there anything in this area on my hunt log? Can't see any. Oh, there's wild jackals. They're fairly high level. Don't think they're a match for us quite yet, Carbuncle. Shall we? Fatal charge. And, there's there. Oh, there's one. Much closer. Carbuncle. Ruby Ruin. And Ruby Ruin again. And, well, I don't have too much of a choice other than to just keep slinging Ruin at this stage. There we go. It's half the task done. Then don't see any roselings around this area. They must be on the next. They're definitely in the next area. It's exploration. Another part of adventuring. One I do think I enjoy more than killing people. Why do I feel I'm going to have to get used to that? There we go. One roseling down. There's number 2. And number 3. I should probably attune to that Aephorite while I'm here. How much does it cost to teleport back to Limsa? 137. That's a significant portion of the money I own. I think I will take the time to journey down to... Oh, lightning sprites. You're on my hunting log. Let's have it. Oh, we both sent Ruby Carbuncle at it, and that was a little bit of a waste, I guess. Hello. I guess we're both filling out our hunting logs. I still need one more lightning sprite, I believe. Yes, there's one right there. Should be enough to help me finish off. Come. Oh, it's a you're level 14. Okay, but I survived. Going well. Let's head on to down Aleport. I believe I can catch a boat from Aleport back to Limsa for much cheaper than teleporting. I probably should set Limsa as one of my favorite destinations. I haven't actually done that yet. Hello, Chocobo Keep. Can I register myself here? You. And just let you... There. Airport. And I believe down here is where I can catch a ferry back to Limsa. Hello, sir. Can I get back to Limsa? Apologies, mate, but the Limsa ferry is out of service. Oh, the ferry will become available when we reach level 15. Very well. I guess I either wait for like 3 minutes, no, 5 minutes nearly, or I just take the hit and teleport. Limsa, lower decks. Register favorite destination. Okay, well that's will hopefully save me a little bit of money. Actually, I believe I have a few bronze pieces I could sell to help get a little more funds. Oh, I'm not actually here to buy anything, but I have some Allegan bronze pieces I would like to sell. Hey, and I have some money again. Probably just clear out this other stuff. High drops, ether, high potions. I'll maybe hold on to those for now. I don't often use things like that, but just in case it's probably useful. What is my spell speed? Yeah, that's probably worth using those raisins at some point soon. But let's report to the guildmaster that I've completed my first task. Well, I guess this is my third task. But I'm sure this isn't the end of my third task, so the first part of my third task. Miss Furbigan, I have finished hunting the roselings and wild jackals. Welcome back, Sorin. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph onto an even more demanding and dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompanying Forseer Kelia on one of her inspections. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand the practical application of Arcanima. Pray do not tarry, Sorin. Kelia awaits you on the floor below with further details. Okay, an inspection sounds... like, yeah, an inspection sounds like a nice break from all this other business at Summerford. Is it investigating boxes and killing slugs again? Hello, Miss Killia. I am here to assist. A timely appearance, as I expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I have been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Boylestocks family. Our agents suspect these beastmen merchants of dealing in forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. Ah, so... not slugs. I have prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift in hostilities, but there's an important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics... excuse me. I lack the reflexes or coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies on the field of battle. You mean like... how, when... never mind. Pray keep this factor in mind, and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute combat pattern 1345, otherwise known as Stratagem Focus Fire. You and your carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one, the enemy will wither under combined onslaught. Probability of victory, 95%. So, you still think I have a 1 in 20 chance of dying? Reports placed the peddlers in the vicinity of the cookpot in Middle Eorzea. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you arrive. The cookpot again. I was hoping I wouldn't have to return there too soon. But I guess I can't be picky. Off for another bit of running. Here we go. Back to the cookpot. And it's still raining. Now of all times I can't even see the stars. Just rain and clouds. A lot of jellyfish about here. You okay, friend? Yeah, you seem fine. Press it. There's the cookpot. There's a big lizard person. Vugal Jaw. I am very concerned that's a rank S hunt mark, and I am going to steer well clear of him. Oh, I think I see goblins. I apologize for the wait, Miss Killia, but I'm here, finally. Duty calls. Commence battle for tactical planning. I am Forseer Killia of Malvin's Gate. You are to cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty sneaky peekers. Gobby spit uplander nosy eyes on stabby iron. That sounded violent. A predictably aggressive response. Very well, Sorin. Remember what we discussed. I guess it's up to me then. It's focus fire on which one? I guess target A. And overcharge. And now target B. Okay, this is going well, I guess. Both has carbuncle. Switch to combat pattern 2538 evasive maneuvers. Oh, more of them. There we go. Avoiding bomb blast. Yes, I do not intend to be hit by bombs today. And one left. So, we win? Your combat stuff gives me an idea. It does? Oh, we're not finished yet. I must formulate a new tactic. Battlefield is yours. Miss Killia? Miss... I guess I'm alone? You wouldn't abandon me, Carbuncle. Oh, there's a resurrection. I don't think I can cast that on myself, though, so I don't feel it's much help right now. Duty complete. Miss Killia, did you have to leave me alone? I'm not... Oh, they survived. We didn't... Hey, we didn't... We managed to get away without killing anyone this time, I guess. Okay, I can be happy with that. Nicely done. Adaptation, improvisation. I might have been observing our beloved guildmaster himself in action. I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration, Miss Killia. This was the perfect example of how the strategy for a given task should be tailored to the abilities of the assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it is necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there's another question I would ask you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths or shoring up your weaknesses? I suppose I'd say covering your weaknesses. You can't afford... Doesn't matter how strong you are, if someone can get a hit in on you and you crumble immediately. Woohoo! Again you respond as the Guildmaster once did. I must revise the probability for your potential to attain greatness to 97%. You're one to keep an eye on, that much is certain. Thank you, I think? But to return to the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and their relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits, the limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your report to Mistress Furbigan. Until next we meet. I shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets arrive to take the peddlers into custody. My strategies will keep me company. Well, I hope you learned your lesson. No more dealing in whatever shady goods you might be dealing in. There. Overturn. And save a little bit of running time. Well, that assessment went well. I'll believe it. I think that I didn't die, and we completed the task. So that counts as a resounding success, right? We didn't even end up killing any of the goblins. I just need to make my report, and... The loading times seem to be quite long tonight. There we go. Hello. Miss Furbigan, I have finished our task. Back from the field, Sorin. Killia contacted me with a summary of events. It seems you were treated to a lecture on knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught only to intermediate practitioners. Without a sufficient store of combat experience from which to draw, it is difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident that you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep to your studies, and maintain the razor edge of your mind. One last thing, Sorin. Considering the dedication you have shown towards our discipline, I have decided to permit you leave to explore the teachings offered by other guilds. I would suggest, however, that you first master the science of Arcanima. The strategic training you receive here will serve you well no matter what path you eventually choose to walk. Return to me when your reason tells you the time is right. You now have access to the armory system. Quests to unlock the other classes can be undertaken by speaking to the receptionist in the corresponding guild. Yeah. See, I get a better grimoire from doing this quest. I think I will maybe take the torso gear and maybe there. I'd look a little less. The hood makes me look a little sinister. And it's hard to see with that hood up on your head the whole time. I guess I should return to Summerford now. I think I'm still needed there. I suppose we need to find out what Sternworm's decision on Severin is. level 17. Still, I think a little bit out. I could maybe take on a level 17 enemy, but I wouldn't risk it right now. Resurrection. We have a bit more of a selection of spells now, starting to get a bit more variety. Oh, chocolate keep. Have I not? Did I ever register with you? Oh, my traveller, might I interest you in a chocobo porter? Ah, do not tell me this is your first visit to the stop. I shall update my register with your name, so that you may access this location in the future. Okay. Ooh. Chocobo porters worth making use of, I wonder, because they do cost money. And I'm still not entirely satisfied with my current stocks of cash. Still, Vern, I've come to expect a great deal from you, lad, and you've never once let me down. Yet what I'd ask of you now goes beyond all I've asked before. Would you hear my plea all the same? This is about Sorin, isn't it? I promised to help, Mr. Stalewern, so I'm here to the end. Stalewern has reason to believe that Sorin is up to no good. Something must be done. Oh, cutscene. It eases my mind to have you here. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Sorin by now. A little, yes. Well, the scheming scapegoat is at it, scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came for him, he's been skulking around in that manner he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off, with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damning, but when last I had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. I can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. I will do that indeed, sir. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. Suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Suffice it to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I'd try asking Grinwader at the Aephorite. She was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he's headed. Oh, hello, laptop. Complaining about something else. My laptop is too old for me to invest anything in fixing it. It can hold YouTube chat for me. Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the rouser and his rabble set out for the Wood Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking himself stupider. Cheeky sots said I should join them. I told him I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was that had pickled their brains. If you find that idle swine, be sure and give him a cuff round the ear from me, will you? I will definitely do that. Oh. Wood Whisper Canyon is there. Oh. Guess I best be on my way. Before Sorin does something more stupid than what he's done so far. I do hope Staleworm's trust in him is not too badly misplaced. The stars are out, though. I'll take that as a good sign. As long as they're lighting my way, I feel things will be okay. Hi, Elmer? You're looking a bit winded there. Is everyone here? Of all the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds that slippery bastard's done. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink only to lead us straight into a bloody trap. Don't get no lower than that. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Sorin, so I was ready. But the others weren't so lucky. You've got to help them. Help them with what? Elwa? I guess I've got no choice if they're in trouble. Come on, Carbuncle. Aramis. You okay? Need a hand there? My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better, or the sorry bastards in there are done for. What? I guess I just have to find out myself. That's Sorin over there. And tattooed man. Stellarm said that those were the people he saw looking around. So Eorzea, what about you? Are you okay? Sorin might have got us into this mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be in that conniving bastard's debt. To arms! Well, at least Sorin has one friend who's willing to stand up for him, even if it is just to avoid owing him a favour. A true knave. You betray even yourself, Sorin. We are prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. You are they who betrayed the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Stop right there! Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honest wretch. Your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. Who's that? O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Did he say something? I was prepared for pirates, maybe, but this is a little bit... Well, I guess I've got no choice. I guess Eorzea, if Sorin's safe, Eorzea's ran off as well. Just you and me, Carby. Ooh. This one's a bit tougher than most of what I thought, but he's weaker than he appears. I think just a couple more hits and I should have him. We win. Who was that man in the shadows? That the golem could be vanquished. That man is no ordinary adventurer. I've sworn I heard someone. And just a bunch of rocks. Most rocks don't try and punch you. Oh. Miss Yashtola. The snake slithered away. I'm only glad he'd not have a chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. Snake? Not again. Wait. This is different. This isn't a dream, is it? Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Limsan factions. Whom then do they serve? The beast tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sagain and Kobold activity. Something is afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 help us if it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone 2. But all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. The seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. Alamud still in the sky? And this was... I'm seeing the past? And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Liswara foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlian ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see Aether. Yet now that I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlian seem commonplace. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today the Maelstrom officially makes that great hole in the sea its training ground. Join in the celebration. Wait, a disturbance in the etheric flow. But whence does it emanate? Seasong Grotto, perhaps? Seasong Grotto. That was where I first met Y'shtola. I'm still standing, so we're probably getting better at this. What have we here? Can you walk? Oh, no. Talking to me. Okay. Sorin. You've got some explaining to do, I think. 'Tis I. Regrettably, no. He eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? I believe so. Sorin here has apprised me of all that transpired. His account sheds some light upon how he came to be attacked by a golem of all things. A golem is a mindless automaton, inert, save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. But in these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sagain. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first I must escort Sorin back to his place of employment. I dare say Staleworn will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray pay the man a visit. I will do that. He told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Y'shtola. He did mention your name. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the Aether in the hope that it might offer up some clue as to our predicament. Predicament? I'd say I owed you my life, but that don't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms, and I'll face the consequences. Well, for reasons I cannot fathom, you seem... Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again, when I have marshalled my thoughts. Until our paths next cross. Farewell. Farewell. I suppose if nothing else, Sorin seems to have straightened up a little. From what I gather from the others, he did... It seemed like he tried to put himself in harm's way to save the others, so... I do hope Staleworm will cut him a little bit of slack, at least. Whether or not he deserves it is one thing, but... when push came to shove... if he was willing to sacrifice himself for his friends... I guess we'll soon find out what'll become of him. Back to the farms. Probably could have afforded a teleport, but at this stage it's probably not worth it. Bait discovered nearby. We're level 6, and it's nearly done anyway. Nearly there. Sorin, you're here as well. How are things? And yours and all, adventurer. I've caused more than my fair share of trouble during my time here. Not that you need telling. Staleworm, got Sorin back, and I'm alive, and the others are too. Hello, I knew you'd return. Yashtola delivered Sorin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. Heroic's a bit of an exaggeration. I just did what I could. The rest came shuffling back too, a lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that. That and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. A thrall to the Zagian? 7 hells. Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not with the fishback's flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see? But the reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back they started snatching law-abiding Liminsans. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Zagian masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home. Summerford Farms. The trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long around here, and word soon spread. All the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the Reapers offered me a way out instead. My freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men said little to me, but I hear them talk of how you stood up to the Reavers at the last. Of how you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that. I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There will always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And I'll always be in your debt, Staleworm. That's... I suppose the best way things could have ended. At least he's taken account for what he did. What about you, Staleworm? What are you going to do now he's gone? I owe you a debt too, Sorin. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men at my farm. Again, sir. Only doing what I can. If I could ask one more favour of you, it'd be this. Tell Bader on what's happened, from start to finish. I'm certain he'd put in a good word for Sorin if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I could possibly ask of you. Safe travels, son. Back to the Adventurers Guild, then. Feels like it's been a while. Wasn't expecting my journey to Eorzea to be quite this eventful quite so quickly. Safe to farm. For now. I think. Hopefully it stays saved. We didn't actually ever... I am a little concerned that we let those Serpent Reavers get away. Even if Severin's gone, they might still try their hand at going after the farm. There's everything rendering in. Greyfork, heading back to the Adventurers Guild. The upper decks. Mr. Reborn, sir? I have a report to make about Summerford Farms. And... well, that's about all of it. Bloody hells, life on a farm ain't quite how I pictured it. But you needn't worry yourself over young Severin. The Yellow Jackets and... Yellow Jackets' hands out the punishments is a good mate of mine. If I ask him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from Mangan to Kehalan. Kindly gent that he is. He would have been hanged without your good word? Okay. I'm only jesting with you. I'll see he's treated fair. Now, it sounds to me like you've done everything old Stalewart asked ye and more, justifying me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lad. You charged Stalewart to be put in contact with me? As for a reward, well, she's a lonely lady just drowning wench of mine. How'd you fancy keeping her company for a spell? With free room and board. Free food and a bed? That's not something I can complain about. Venturing's a trying business after all. Emmas don't rest their bones every now and again, tend to end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. You got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for you, so make use of it. In-rooms now available. Not that you'll have much time for lying around, what with all the levies you'll be doing. Oh, didn't I mention? I'm putting your name down for levies. Our guild draws all manner of clients, offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folk will pay to avoid doing an honest day's labour. Just give Tomokri a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. She'll always have some task or other for you to do. Guild levies now available. Of course Sarah would have been interested in it. Oh, that's all above board, in case you're wondering. We're careful to stay on the animal's right side in here, unlike some pirates I can mention. I tell ye, if it turns out they had aught to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 hells to pay. A proper bleeding reckoning. Mayhap that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to ride it. But we'll have time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. Well, you now have access to recommendations. Recommendations list. Okay, I know what that is. And I do tend to ignore it. Guild levies. Should I maybe? Reborn looks like he has more work for me, so I'll see what's going on here. Reborn, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, has a suggestion to put you on the road towards new adventures. How do you fare, Sorin? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Yes, indeed, sir. Well then, I have an idea where you might try it next. Have you heard of the Skylift out in Middle Eorzea? I've actually been past it a couple of times now. If you ever visited Woodwhisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down the thing at least once. There's that big bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff face. Hard labour, that. And I hear they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs with no other bugger has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, a bloke by the name of Wirkrit, and he'll be sure to put you to work on a task or two. Okay. It's fairly close to Woodwhisper Canyon. There's a chance that those serpent reavers might be lurking around nearby. I guess if I can take on a rock golem like that, I can probably deal with a few more pirates. Still not a fan of fighting people, but I suppose if it saves more lives, I don't complain. That's all hypotheticals. Maybe they just need me to help lift boxes upstairs or something. I'm sure that's it. Something nice and simple. More really, eh? They don't seem quite as numerous as... Oh, there's more of them coming in. That adventure seems to have it in hand. So, where might work be? On the upper or lower levels? On the lower levels from the looks of the map. Down we go. Mr. Wirkrit? Mr. Reborn sent me, in case he thought you might need an extra pair of hands. Reborn sent you out here, did he? And consider yourself welcome at the Skylift. Look at that bloody cliff, will you? One blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through, though. So this mess of wood and pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them, at least. I mean, if the gods were kind, and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen more workers down to me growing list of headaches. Let's use a new pair of trousers. These ones are getting a little bit worn from all the fighting. Maybe pick out a gear set. Well, if there's anything I can help with, I'd be happy to help. Wirkrit, the Skylift operator, needs you to recover a cargo load abandoned by a terrified wagon driver and deliver it to its intended recipient. Glad am I to see you again, lad. A wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity which sprang out from a million corn seedling in his cargo. It seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side before turning tail and running for his life. I need you to head down the road, recover that seedling, and deliver it to Leof over at Swiftperch in western Leorzea. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant, and you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an Aphrodite in Swiftperch, so the journey should be worth your while. I believe I've actually been to Swiftperch. I am mildly concerned that he's happy enough to just let me take all the pay. I normally wouldn't complain, but I get the feeling that if I get the feeling it's hazard pay. And if hazard pay is, well, all the pay, I guess it's not just carrying boxes. That's definitely a lot of lost cargo sitting around. What's wrong with this seedling? Or slugs! Oh, I'm used to dealing with slugs at least. Oh, my carbuncle. One problem down. I think we're close enough to Swift Perch that we don't need to teleport. Oh, hello, Jackal. I would rather you've left me alone, but if it's a fight you want, I'm not afraid to give it to you. Let's keep going, Carbuncle. On to Swift Perch. What is this million corn? This strain of million corn has been bred over generations to grow in even the rockiest of soils. I do suppose this doesn't exactly look like great farming land. Yeah, I suppose cliffsides like this wouldn't be. Hello, Chocobo Keep. Can I just register my name here? One day I might make use of you. Your services. Mr. Liel? Has Nimia herself forsaken this desolate land? I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a couple million corn. I at least expected the seedling to be delivered before disaster struck. Was that something about a seedling? I think seedling's still here. Is that my million corn seedling? Oh, joyous day! It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you've undoubtedly noticed, Swiftpert lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy? Thus, I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, sir, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this alien settlement? I would think I was supposed to be helping out at Skylift, but, well, I suppose I wasn't given any other jobs, so sure. I already have one of those, so I'll take the bronze pieces. Rayloff, you've said you might need a helping hand around the settlement? Rayloff, a yellow jacket on guard in Swift Perch wants you to visit the Brewer's Beacon and investigate the reason behind the waning light. You there, adventurer. Cast your eyes towards Brewer's Beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? It's hard to tell the light of a lighthouse during the day. It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship sailing into the bay. I would march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty-bound to remain at my post. I would consider it a favour if you could make a visit to the Brewer's Beacon and see if aught has befallen Kansas, the lighthouse keeper. Very well, sir. That sounds like a easy enough task. Oh, there were some nasty-looking buzzards, though, on the path up there. Oh. Let's maybe try and stay out of their way for now. No need to get in fights that we can avoid. Miss Kansas? I was asked to investigate about the, waning light. You say a bloodied yellow jacket sent you here, eh? Me light's grown dim, has it? Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb what fuels me furnace is up and buggered off, you see. And if I don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just a messenger, lad, but I can tell a venturer when I see one. I'm going to need you to chase down that bomb and bring back a claw which you ripped from its smouldering corpse. Take this here iron brazier and set it down the middle of the flock, somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. You get a nice fire going and that frisky bomb will soon be about. What you don't see to your eyebrows, lad. And of course it comes down to fighting. I guess that's the lot of an adventure. So, iron brazier, scarecrow, fire, don't get burnt. That's the job, right? And collect a finger? I was somewhat expecting she'd asked me to try and capture the bomb. I guess she's the lighthouse keep. She probably knows more about this than I do. Light this fire and see what appears. There's torchlight. Oh! You definitely don't want to get burnt. There we go. Got the bomb claw. Is this gonna be enough? Does it? Unbearably hot to the touch, this remnant of a void-sent bomb will set aflame nearly anything it comes into contact. I question keeping this in a cloth sack. It seems potentially there are maybe better containers for it? Possibly one that isn't flammable? Answerus? All you need to do is take down a runaway bomb and bring me back one of its little claws. I have the claw. Ah, you got the ashy bastard, did you? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. Had myself a bit of a look while you was gone, and Limlane cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. I patched things up as best I could, but I ain't no smithy. You might want to have a chat with that yellow jacket friend of yours in Swiftperch, and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. I will do that. I'm not much of a smithy myself. Maybe it'd be a skill worth learning at some point, though. I do remember there being a guild for blacksmithing in Limsa. And it might give me something to do that's not quite as exciting as being out here fighting all the time. So smithing as well also does seem like quite hard work. Even my fighting I generally do with magic. Furnace is damaged, is it? Very well, I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must needs be effected without delay. It seems I have another favour to ask of you, adventurer. Take yourself straight away to the Armourers Guild in Limsa and explain the situation to Forge Master Hinanza. I guess I'm paying a visit to the guild sooner than I expected. Get me a little caffeine to keep me going. Except caffeine is probably a bad idea for me. HHD and caffeine tend to kind of inverse the effects. Right. To the Armourers Guild. Even though the Lighthouse Keep did say she was asking after a smithy. But I will trust the Yellow Jacket. Forge Master Hinanza? It's about Brewer's Beacon. Furnace and Brewer's Beacon needs repairs. Bargot's beard. I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week past. Mayhap the bomb Canswiss had trapped in there was a touch too volatile. I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. Your work here is done, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journeys. Take the new hat. I will not wear it though. Lucid Dreaming can go... For Lucid Dreaming only goes on my bars. Forge Master Limsa, are you sure you didn't have anything else I could do for you while I'm here? I'm a bit... Forge Master Limsa, head of Naldic and Vimleys, wants you to assist with a workload over at Morby Dry Dogs. Now, what say you to take on some work from Naldic and Vimleys? We've a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. But for your first job, I need you to run this missive over to Atbrim, the head shipwright at Morby Dry Docks. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armourers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Lower Nanolska. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Naldic and Vimleys. The Morby Dry Docks is one of Limsa's most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's Aephorite. If you've no confidence in your centre direction, you'd be best served making use of their chocobo quarters. First floor of mizzenmast, in case you're wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. I've been to Lower Nanolska, so I think I'll try making the journey myself. I'm closer to the Tempest Gate here. Walking through it manually than... going for the Aephorite. Right. Oh. Is that another new Arcanist starting out on his journey? I remember hunting those ladybugs and wharf rats. Not anymore. On to the Morby Dry Docks. This the weather's holding up. Maybe I should have taken a chocobo porter. A bit of a trek. That must be the Morby Dry Docks. Looks like a fairly large ship they're building. Oh, guess I should get over there and see what I can do to help. Oh, and deliver this letter while I'm at it. Maybe make... maybe make delivering the letter my priority. That was what I was sent here to do after all. Wouldn't do me any favors to forget about it. That's a suspicious megalocrab? No, sanguine bug. Oh. Are you gonna help deal with that for me? Thank you. It's his job to fight, after all. Well met, traveller. Mighty interesting traveller. I can sign my name to the register, at the very least. So, Atbrim. He's probably down near the ship they're working on, I'd say. That's what Limsa said, like, seemed to be mainly focused on. Mr. Atbrim? You have a missive for me from Forge Master Limsa? I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of the materials I ordered over a moon past. Let's see it then. An important message entrusted to you by Naldic and Vimleys Forge Master Limsa with orders to deliver it to the victory ship. Right. Here you go, sir. Blast and botheration! Another delay? I am well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Sorin Sherwood, sir. Sorin, is it? Well, Sorin, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It is the symbol of Limsa's rebirth from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the 7th Umbral era. Thus, we are striving to complete our construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside the thalassocracy. Yet even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Be you fair warned, this is no place for layabouts and troublemakers. Don't worry, sir. I'd always try my best. And if I'm getting a new pair of shoes into the bargain, I can't really complain. I do feel I could do with a bit more colour in my wardrobe, however. Mr. Atburn, you said you could use extra hands? Where the seven hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Earlsmith, recently left Candlekeep Quay to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa, but has yet to return. I sent several missives to Halbroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. That man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay. In my stead and inform Halbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. I will try and convey your frustrations, sir. Candlekeep Quay, that is this dock here. Okay for it. I should attune myself to that while I'm here, shouldn't I? Okay. Lightning sprites, crabs. All fairly normal. Guess this is the southernmost shore of Vilbrand. Oh no. I feel I've arrived at a bad time. I also feel I should help out. Men of a Yellow Dragon Patrol cornered stowaway they believe might be the notorious Atstrom Shadow Lurker, but ne'er-do-well has elected to put up a fight. Yellow Jackets could use any aid nearby adventurers might offer. That's well help while I'm here. Not that he seems to be putting up too much of a fight. Mr. Halbroda, Atburn, kind of think you're hiding something from him, and you should come clean. Yeah. Turtleback Island? He cannot do that. Can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, navigator rest her soul. I know naught of Earlsmith, nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the Quay have had enough trouble these past few suns. What with the sinking of that Limsa cargo ship off the Salt Strand? I haven't had time to take a proper piss, let alone take note of every scrag that wanders in off the grip. So you actually don't know anything. So, these gloves are also grey. I mean, well, cerulean blue, but that is a very greyish blue. Ash grey, sort of. Slate grey, dark. Nothing to do about it. Now, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, then you most certainly have time to get that arse of yours down to Salt Strand. Excuse me? And help us search for survivors of that wreck. Who knows, you may just run across this Frillsmith everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the navigator hasn't found him first. Well, I should have maybe guessed it would fall to me to... find him. Probably for the best. So, just scour the beach for signs of shipwreck, right? Beach looks fairly clean so far. There, I guess. Oh, someone over there. You okay there, sir? You're not looking too great. I'm Ferrismild. You say the foreman's wondered on my whereabouts? I thought he might be. But you must know, I cannot show my face to the dry docks until I've righted the terrible wrong I caused. What wrong, sir? 2 nights past, I made the trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Quay, just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs. So I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we was halfway twixt shore and ship, the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yards. It wasn't long before the waves had a hold of us. And try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight. We was flung headlong into the Limsa galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the salt strand. I've made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with kickern, and I ain't the one with a sword. Now you see why it is I cannot return to the dry docks. Because you sunk a galley and lost all your cargo. I can see how that might reflect badly on you. Rather than ask for help, you just hide behind a rock. Just sneakily grab this parcel and reel it. Oh, well, oh. Guess I wasn't sneaky enough. This stuff is out the window. Entangle the rigging. And of course, another quicker end finds me. And some folded sailcloth. I believe that's all the missing cargo. No sneaking my way around this one. But I'm not quite weak enough to need to sneak places. There's no need for us to fight, Quickern. Let's get going, Carbuncle. Need to get this delivery back to the Victory. Frillsmith, I found your lost cargo. That night I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long before the world round me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. But lo, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the Seven Hells, and I woke to find myself washed ashore. And here I've been, ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage my master's cargo. Beautiful piece of nautical equipment. Okay, I'll just say it. Well, I have found and retrieved said cargo. You can return to the dry docks now. The missing parts. I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver supplies right away, but first I must stop by the quay so that I might pay me respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. I think it's more than just the one fisherman you might need to apologize to. Did you tell Atburn that I'll be back at the dry docks by daybreak? Many thanks, adventurer. I'll not forget this kindness. I feel he's in more trouble than he's prepared for. If it was him taking that boat out that caused the galley to sink in the first place. The dry docks were down here, and I believe through that part. No, they're just talking about leaving to explore the world. Mr. Atburn, sir, I found your guy and the supplies. They're okay, but, yeah. I'm relieved to hear that both Farrell's mid and the supplies are unharmed. It was foolish for him to believe that I would blame him for that, which was obviously out of his hands. I suppose it was a bit. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seas here adjacent to dry docks were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered off Canal Keep Quay was less of a natural sort. The sort which the Saiyajin have been known to conjure. Oh. Maybe I was a little harsh on him. I just hope the others will see it that way. Is there anything else I can help with while I'm here? Sorin, while I originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to Naldic and Vimelis. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. I don't know we had established you didn't like me, but fair enough, sir. Gimtora, head of the watch here at Dry Docks, believes the pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I've recommended you for the task. Despite all Limsa laments endured before, during, and following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who would turn their backs on the city-state so they might line their pockets with a few handfuls of coin, just the thought of it sickens me. I guess I'm on my way then, sir. See what help I can be this time. I really had the idea he didn't dislike me. Oh, right person. What's he talking to? Infoda, ma'am. I was sent here to provide assistance. Yes. I had a feeling you'd be the one Atburn sent. Since you first arrived in Morbid Dry Docks, I've had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It's simply protocol. Oh, no, of course. I understand. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Oh. Well, I guess in that place, I should take it as a compliment that he at least trusts me? Very well then. I assume Atbrim informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates we believe are conspiring to raid the dry docks were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men, posing as a lost adventurer, and see if you cannot somehow learn of their intentions. Kanango stationed at the rear gates can provide you with an exact location of the camp. So, fighting pirates again. But if they're planning an actual raid on a town, I suppose something has to be done. If I don't do it, someone else will. Sorin! I knew it! No more sardines for Kanango. Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon of the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some of the other guards on who Atbrim would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. I'll take that as a compliment as well. Ah, the job. Yes, of course. If you follow the road past the gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to a barren cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. The followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Nimia, the spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates camped up there were aware of that, though. Nimia. Nimia is my own guardian deity. I get the vague feeling something ominous is coming. Just in time for the stars to come up to guide me as well. I've seen you before. In that vision I saw. Hello there, friend. I'm a little bit lost. Can you help me? I'm giving you to the count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your adventuring ass back down to whatever rock it is you crawled out from under. You see, I was added up to my ears of your type, roaming the hills like there was yours to roam. It's getting to beat out of man. Can I enjoy a mug of rum without some shite-breathing outlander running up asking which is the way to the local leather meet? 7 hells if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. Those balls. Once we have me boy back and putting this godforsaken pisshole of an island so far behind me, no one will remember I was ever here. Come on, Scrags. We've some knives to sharpen. So, they're leaving Vilbrand? Okay. That went better than I expected. He certainly wasn't polite, but he didn't attack me. Oh, yes. I like my new layout. Even if it's not new. Captain Kimfoda? I spoke to the pirates. So the trespassers are indeed pirates. And they're indeed planning something. But what is this talk of getting me boy back? Could it be that their target never was the victory? Something is not right, and I won't sit by idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help, Sorin. It appears we are wise to put our trust in you. I won't take the grimoire because I've got another job quest I can do, which will definitely give me another grimoire. Victory in peril. I am concerned, Sorin. It appears that the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. Already? They creep ever closer to the dry docks, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. That ship is the symbol of everything Limsa strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion. And you, Sorin, are just the man to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the dry docks cannot be guaranteed. I'm honoured you think so highly of me, but I'm just an organist in training. Not moments ago, my guards submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Erswist at the front gate or Kanago at the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. I will do so, ma'am. But first, I think I will return to do... I feel I'm at a stage where I would benefit from learning a little more from the Guildmaster. Or the acting Guildmaster. I still have yet to actually meet or even see the actual Guildmaster. Excuse me. Mrs. Furbergan? You seem tired, Sorin. Are you sleeping properly? I suppose I haven't really slept too much recently. One's reasoning can suffer without sufficient rest and recuperation. Should you deem yourself fit for duty, pray make your way down to the practice floor. Eorzea Kilia has requested you accompany her on another official inspection. There is, however, a requirement for your participation. The Forseer will explain the situation. Very well. I think I've decided on an endpoint for this stream that might take me a little bit over time, but it's going to be a nice place to end it up. Miss Killer, I am here reporting for duty. I was beginning to think I miscalculated, Sorin. Thank you for coming. I will soon be boarding a trading vessel suspected of smuggling. All merchant ships that make use of Limsa's ports are subject to inspection by Maelvan's Gate's assessors. It is a routine I perform daily. In the case of smugglers, however, there is a 75% probability of encountering resistance. Thus, I would appreciate your company during this assignment. It is now that we must discuss the requirement of which you are informed. Though I have full confidence in your martial expertise, it is imperative that you first acquire the ability to summon Topaz Carbuncle. Such knowledge will be released to you contingent on your acceptance of this duty. I accept the duty. Very good. The arcane entity given form by the Topaz geometry will further expand your offensive capabilities. With such an ally at your command, even the harshest of enemies will falter before you. Indeed, we could not conduct these dangerous spot inspections without its support. Please return to Mistress Furbergheim and inform her of your participation. I will join you once I have completed some final adjustments to my tactical formulae. Oh. Topaz Carbuncle. I could summon Ruby. I wonder what how Topaz will help. You have agreed to accompany the Forseer, and I shall gladly instruct you in the use of Topaz Carbuncle. Pray do not hesitate to employ it in combat should the inspection turn sour. Summon Topaz. I will put that there. Miss Furbergheim, I believe now I have Topaz Carbuncle. I am ready. Just waiting the arrival of the inspection party members. Oh, moving out as a party. The mercenaries Gaisfrin and Erstofa are here to assist with the inspection. Both are old hands when it comes to escorting Kilia doing her more dangerous duties. Well met, Sorin. My spells are at your disposal. This won't be the first time we're expecting trouble, but as long as we follow the Force's tactics and keep a clear head, we'll come through just fine. The Morning Star is preparing to dock in Aleport. We'll meet our first challenge, however, before we even board the vessel. It is almost a certainty that the merchant ship has hired a fuck or two to accost us at the pier. I calculate the probability at 98%. The crew wish to avoid attacking us on deck, you see, as that would all but trumpet their criminal intentions to the world at large. Now, once we do manage to clear the rails, we will face a deck crowded with armed sailors. For a small party such as ours, the most effective strategy will be to incapacitate individual foes as swiftly as possible, like we did with the goblins. Each opponent will be down as one less weapon raised against us. It is imperative that we do not allow ourselves to become tangled in multiple drawn-out skirmishes, lest we be overwhelmed. I call this Stratagem Hammerfall. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one situation into the desired reality. Keep those words in mind, Sorin. It's time we departed. Let us regroup before the main gates of Aleport. Aleport. I'm level 15 now, so I believe I can take the boat. Give it a shot. Excuse me, Mr. Renessa, I seek passage to Aleport. Yes, I will travel to Aleport. Western Alaska. I think it would have been... yeah, it would have been a little expensive to teleport. Oh. We're counting on you to cut us a path to the landing boat. And the foreshore will be safe with us. So, you're just bodyguards for Miss Killia, and I'm the one... Okay. I'm ready for work, Miss Killia. Let's be about our task. Sorin, pray inform the steersman at the pier that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should violence be offered, you're to execute Stratagem Hammerfall. Do not forget, your tactics is both your shield and your weapon. Maybe I shouldn't look like I'm ready for a fight. Should at least try the peaceful approach first. Only... not... I shouldn't assume all these pirates are bad. The last ones I met didn't immediately try and fight me. They were angry, sure, but... Alright, I'm here to make the inspection. You're the folks with Melvin's gates? Ah, hells, I knew there'd be trouble. Oh. Okay. The guy with the bow seems to be a threat. Let's make him a priority. And now you. Excuse me, sir. You really didn't need to resort to that. Well then, I'm certainly glad to see you can handle yourself. You'll find the landing boat just down here at the end of this ramp. I'll have no part of what comes next to it. Just saving your own skin then, but... fair enough, I guess. If I could avoid it, I wouldn't want to get caught up in fights like these. This is what I signed up for. Let's get to work. Deftly handled, Sorin. Once again, I am reminded of our guildmaster. Thanks to your efficient response, we will be able to commence this inspection earlier than I had calculated. We shall board the merchant vessel out in the bay. As for her, if you would take the rudder, the Morning Star waits. This is the Morning Star. Quite a large ship. I wonder if 4 of us is good enough to deal with this if things go bad. Since their welcoming party at the pier failed to deter us, I expect, with a probability of 85%, that our arrival will incite further belligerence. Our objective, however, is not to trade blows, but to gain access to the hold. It may behoove us to employ stratagem hardhead. This is a new one. The aim of our opponents is to buy time so that suspect goods may be tossed into the ocean. I do not intend to give them that time. We will bull our way towards the cargo hold as quickly as we can. It is a tactic fraught with risk, but one that your presence makes possible. Shall we begin? I'm ready. Do I have a specific role in this stratagem, or is it sling spells at bad guys? Oh. This is our captain. I am forced to kill you. By the authority of Maelvin's Gate, I request that you surrender your goods for assessment. Well now, your timing couldn't be worse, lass. The old door's all rusted up, you see. Bloody thing won't open. You'll have to come back another day, after we've fixed the hinges. I will see that cargo now. Any vessel entering the port of Limsa is bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. I don't think they're going to comply. The law is it. Lads, I reckon it's time our guests had themselves a little accident. Pitch 'em over the side! Oh, this is where I come in. Some of the things that are moving are going to be my friends. I probably don't want to shoot. Probably don't want to kill everything. Especially not Carbuncle. It would be Topaz Carbuncle's time to shine if I had my Topaz Arcanum, which I do not currently have. There's a quick level up. Let's go with Ruby Carbuncle first. Gazer, are you okay there? Let me see if I can patch you up a little. Now it's Topaz Carbuncle's time. Topaz lets me fire the spell. Lost the spell, it's much quicker. I gotta say, this healing magic comes much easier to me than Ruin. I guess I should leave most of it to Gaisfrin. He seems to be a professional. How many more of these guys do we have? Aren't we trying to just blitz our way to the hold? Do we have time to be fighting all these guys? Ruby Carbuncle. help out here. Topaz Carbuncle. Seems to be all of them. Now just to reach the hold, I guess. Oh. A masterful display, Sorin. Now I can finally gain access to their cargo. Ooh. I guess there are more of them hiding down below. What have we here, then? It's one of the bitch Admiral's lapdogs scampering about me ship. You're just like your mistress, always sticking your nose in where it ain't invited. No, it can't be. Huh, recognized me pretty face, did ye? But you were caught. Exiled. Is this guy a problem? Forcer, are you hurt? Can you stand? Stay back. You stay away from me. Forcer, please, calm down. What are your orders? I've had enough of your whimpering, and I've certainly had enough of these bloody books. It's clear you ain't learning anything from them. That book was important to her. Reckon it's time you got a different kind of lesson. Miss Killia? Killia! Norfolk preserve us, she's fainted. We must withdraw. Sorin, quickly, back to the boat. We'll carry the force here. Aye, that's right. You slink on back to your mistress, you worthless curs. That went bad quickly. Estella, do you know anything about that? We'll take care of Killia. You'd best return to the Arcanist's Guild and report to Mistress Ferbergan. Hope she's gonna be okay. It's not like her to get that. She's normally much calmer. Clearly she has a history of that pirate. Guess I should make our report. Not that it's a good one for once. In the end, we weren't really able to do much inspection of cargo. Suppose I should take it as a blessing that we just got out of there. Mr. Ferbergan, have bad news. It is good to see you well, Sorin. Gisfrin sent word ahead of your travails. An unfortunate turn of events, but considering the infamous Blackheart you faced, you might have fared much worse. Have you heard of the pirate Dozmaga? He was exiled from Limsa some years ago, but it appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's orders, and once more he dares lay a hand on Forsair Killia. Once more? The poor lass must have been terrified. If I had known Dozmaga was aboard that ship, I never would have assigned her that duty. The assessor may require some time to recover. For Killia, that man is nightmare-made flesh. Though her physical wounds will soon mend, there is little we can do to salve the hurt of her mind. You are concerned? Angry, mayhap? Harness that energy, and channel it into your training. I predict we shall be needing your skills again before long. If you say so. I just hope Miss Kelly is going to be okay. Another one of these robes. At least it's a little more colourful than the last one I had. Should make a return to the Morby dry docks. I think I can afford to just teleport. For once, I think hunting pirates is a distraction I need. I'll go to ask you about your report. Hail, adventurer. Glad to have another hand aboard to help shore up security. The gods know our reports would sit on Grimtoda's desk gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports, though, I saw one of those mangly pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. I'd take a closer look before he has a chance to cover his tracks. I guess on the run already. Up that cliff. Let's see what's going on. Try and avoid any unnecessary fights. Is he looking to... He looks like he's ready to jump. Even if you're a bad guy, I'd rather you didn't do that. Ah, spotted me, did you? Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. That's a bad sign. Is there... Maybe I can... Nope. Not. Hop my way down into rooftops. But, that sounds like a report that needs to be made as quickly as possible. If something's happening that's already happening. Hurt a little. Just keep running. There's more at stake than my ankles here. Captain Kimfoda. We have a problem. So, you found me one of those pirates, did you? I knew you'd write adventure to ask for it. But what could these knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening. Captain! Trouble at the shipyard! Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates! How do you know what? Stuck me good. Gods below. We are not prepared for this. The pirate soldier. How many did he number? Not sure. More than I could quickly count. They seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there's no time to lose. Sorin, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will see to this man's wounds, then follow after. Make haste, now! The camera angle makes me look more suspicious when it doesn't even show my face at all. Wish I could put the hood down or something. Oh, hello! Didn't see you there. Okay. I suppose I don't have time to think about this. If they've got bombs, that's a problem. Is that a healer they have? It is. That's a basic strategy. Target the healers first. Go past Carbon. Because I forget my control scheme for a moment. Is that them on the victory? That's a problem. You again. Yeah, never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. What are you doing, you great bloody fool? That? Oh, that wasn't just a grunt of... That was a... Da as in dad. Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into be treacherous, backstabbing son. Imagine, a boy of mine, giving up the pirating life to become a shipwright. And building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. What in the Limlayan's wide green ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shirts? You're the one with no bloody sense, da. Don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. I wondered why Atbrim never spoke of his father. I would never have thought. This ship's a symbol, all right, of everything that went wrong with the world, and I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. Gimfoda, Sorin, pray beat the tar of this bloated sea slug and make sure no harm comes to the victory. I'll do my best. And I hope they don't already have the bombs in place. Gotta deal with the support first. Oh, Nango's here. Oh, Ruby. Mahmood. That's a lot of enemies, and they're fairly strong looking ones at that. I'm hurting a little. I think we've got him. Maybe. A crazy glint in his eye. That doesn't sound good. But if that's the best he's got... Okay. Astvan's down. I'll just deal with these mercenaries. And we're clear. Right? That went well, all things considered. Is he dead? I must be getting old. Letting some green venture get the best of me. Duh. Oh. I thought I was going to say something more after that. That's one big bloody ship. Big. And nasty looking. You made that, did you? Oh, Atbrim. My thanks, Sorin. I shudder to think what may have become of the victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I had best get to sorting out the docks. Yeah, my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down? And pray convey my thanks, and my apologies, to Gimfoda. I will do that. Sorry things couldn't have had more of a happy ending. Captain Kimtoda? How very so. I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa from a violent demise. The day was yours. It seems our security regimen will require much in the way of improvement if we are to truly keep the dry dock safe. Atbrim apologizes? Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was hardest on him. But in time, I believe it will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the victory completed and into water. By the by, the pirates we defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Raynor's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have time to spare, I would ask of you another favour. Very well. I believe I have time for one more favour. Sorin, in light of your role in recent events, there are few others to whom I would entrust this task. Since last we spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of XIV, the pirate behind the plot to sabotage the victory. This missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of code. Needless to say, anything which a proven enemy of Limsa deems worthy of deciphering is like to be of great interest to the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none among us can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont to turn to Baderon and his convenient connections. Thus, I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, into his hand and no other. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. It's a fairly cheap teleport. It's another big battle cleared. So I can return to the Drowning Wench, hand over this missive, and maybe take a rest in the inn room. Game seems to be taking its time loading tonight. Back to the Adventurers Guild. Baderon, sir, I have something for you. Ahoy there, Sorin. I've been hearing about your deeds at the dry docks. Atbrim laid out the entire tale for me. Poor Sod was still reeling at his old man's part of the business, but at least he kept the victory from being sunk before she sailed. And for that, I owe you me thanks. You've really made a name for yourself here in Limsa, lad. Folk know that when they need some. Folk know that when they need something doing. You need something doing? And what might that be? This letter. Whatever language this missive is written in, it is one you are not familiar with. Apparently I was asked to hand it to you and see if you knew someone who could translate it. You want someone to read a message written funny letters for her? And Kimtoda thought I might know a man who could? Well, let's see it then. I reckon I might know a canny bugger who can read stuff like this. An ugly sod by the name of Baderon. Oh, you, sir? You know, like, you're like one of my regulars now, Sorin. You've never let me down yet, and Navigator helped me. I reckon I can trust you. Kimtoda was right to want this message deciphered. We've got us some trouble brewing here, and no mistake. Get ready for action, and I'll explain. I guess I should probably put off that plan to take a nap. Good to have you aboard, lad. Now then, where to start? Excuse me. Back when I was younger and nastier, I ended up living as a sellsword. In that business, if you wanted to know what your enemy was up to, you had to learn to read the orders he prized from the cold dead hands of his mates. That's why I came to know how to read your message. Truth be told, the script was only too bloody familiar. Them Sahagin letters, lad, and I should know. I've got more fishback messengers than I can count. Gets worse, though. The plan to blow up the victory is all in here, right down to the fine details. Looks like they meant to raise 8 kinds of ale in Western Lenoskia. Then it the Maelstrom's new flagship into confusion. The point being, the attack of the victory weren't an act of a few rebellious pirates. It was a key part of some canny bastard's grand plan. If I'm reading this alright, the attack itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw he was onto him, rushed in to do the job, and buggered it up. Them tattooed-faced bastards, as they say, was paying Atbrim's old man. They're the Serpent Reavers, right? But none of their crew was there, was they? They have something better to do, or what? Seven hells! I've got it all backwards! The mess of the victory! That was meant to be the bloody distraction! Fishbacks ain't interested in the Maelstroms, baby. They're after men, just like they've always been. They're sending their pirate lackeys after a civilian target. This bit about raising hell in West Lenoskia, that's where it'll be. Someone tells me Swift Perch is about to get hit, and hit hard. Swift Perch. I've done a wee bit of work there. They're struggling as is. Here's a rough translation of the message. Take it to Commodore Reiner at Coral Tower, and tell him he's in for a busy day. Oh, and give him a hand, do you? You can be damn sure he'll need one. I thought he might. Looks like he's not the only one who's going to be having a busy day. Coral Tower. That's the Marauders Guild, I believe. Commodore Raynor? I have... yes, I'm Raynor. Ah, you must be the adventurer whose name seems to be on everyone's lips. You are to be commended for your part in forwarding the plot to destroy the victory. Now, what can I do for you this day? I've got a message, a pretty bad one. You bear an urgent message from Baderon? Why do I get the feeling that my hopes for a quiet morning are about to be cruelly dashed? And tell me, what is afoot? Small slip of paper with drowning winch proprietor Baderon's 10 fingers unintelligible writing scrolled up about it. Hopefully you can read this. An assault on Swift Perch? But if he's nothing to suggest the Serpent Reavers are massing for an attack. I think the victory was a distraction. Even so, it would be foolish to discount the possibility. Baderon is rarely wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. While I concur with Baderon's assessment the attack on the Dry Docks was intended as a diversion, a Swift Perch is but one of several possible targets for the main thrust. Commodore, sir! Report. It's the Sahagin, sir. They've mounted a large-scale assault on South Tide Gate and threatened to overwhelm our defences within the day. The garrison requests immediate reinforcements. By the Navigator, it seems my decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give the order to march. What about Swift Perch? Aye, the Serpent Reavers are in league with the Sahagin, which means there's every chance this assault on Tidegate may yet prove to be another feint. And the fact remains, however, that we can ill afford to ignore it, and that leaves Swift Perch vulnerable to those pirate traitors. It is at times such as these that I wish the warriors of light yet walked among us. But wishes will avail us not. Sherwood, you must serve in their absence. As a replacement for a warrior of light? That's a tall order, sir. But I'll do my best. Make for Swift Perch with all haste, and lend your strength to the squads I can spare for the settlement's defense. Yes, sir. Guess there's no time to waste. Swift Perch away. Wristflow? Wristflow? Commodore Rainer sent word we'd be getting reinforcements, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly look like you've seen your share of action, though. Oh, it has been a busy few days. You bear little resemblance to the wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. Oh yeah, I met you there. Apologies for forgetting you. In any case, do you know what you're fighting for here? This place, Swiftport. It was rebuilt by folk who stood strong in the face of every hardship and calamity threw their way. And we're not about to let some fish-fancying scum claim the honour of being the ones who finally broke their spirits. Don't give those pirate bastards one bloody elm, you hear me? Yes, sir. Here they come. There's a few of them. Here now, I thought all them yellow jacket worms was meant to be busy. That useless scrag ain't followed the plan, has he? Now what? Pull back and wait for us Sagging brothers? Yes on that, we ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk or it'll be your blood what stains Lord Leviathan's altars. The yellow bellies you can butcher at will. Them dirty slugs will be crushed under the full might of the serpent reavers. Seems Swiftport was the main target after all, eh? Squads 1 and 2, protect the townsfolk. Squad 3, you're our rear guard. The rest of you, we meet their charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore word of our victory, or no word at all. Limsa! I'll gut all you yellow bellies and dance on your gizzards. Okay. Take care of the small fry first. Oh, carbon. Got one flank dealt with. Topaz this time. Oh, looks like they've got reinforcements. Don't seem to have any healers this time, which is probably good. Oh no, here we go. Oh, I missed that. Oh, what's their captain doing? You could use some healing. My heals are not actually helping too much. Oh, demon. Bloody wits. I'll deal with this, I guess. It doesn't seem to be as powerful as it looks, at least. Some ruby ruin. This should be over. Captain's not long for this world either. Another victory? Well fought. The Reavers are beaten and scattered. I'll take some men and hunt down stragglers. Oh, but there may be more of them lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. Yes, sir. I'll keep an eye on the village until you return. I've seen you before. the source of his strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. Were you the one from my dream? O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thralled command, that I may smite mine enemies. That is concerning. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. I don't think I got much of a choice but to fight. Defeat the masked mage. That minion is probably the biggest problem to deal with. It's not as strong as it looks either. Go on, Carbuncle. Let's finish this. Mr. Yashtola. I've run out of repulse charges. None. It's got no minion. Hopefully we can finish this before we try to summon another one. Yeah, I should probably just cast Stonewall on Carbon. Okay, I think we've nearly got him. We did it! So this was the guy behind the golem as well. The wisdom of the Paragons should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons, did he say? Then it is as I feared. They are known as the Bringers of Chaos, or Asians, to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Pardon? You would know if we Charlians have encountered Asians before. I have never spoken to you of my homeland. How did you know whence I hail? Wait, I do begin to see. You have been blessed with a special gift. Hello, sir. Are you alright, lad? If I'd known a mean bugger like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have left a squad or 6 to keep you company. We got through it, sir. I think we're okay. Well, at least now we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those reavers were the ones spiriting folk away in the dead of night, and this bastard here was pulling all the strings. A trifle simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never thought to find such a scene of carnage. Yet we prevailed. And thanks to your heroic actions, I have learned much. I'm just glad I could be of help. Aye, heroic is the word. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't been here, friend. Heroic's a bit much. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Y'shtola. Please give our regards to the Scions. I'm glad to have played a role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbing spate of abductions. The thread of your fate forms a part of a most intriguing tapestry. Mayhap we will be afforded the chance to speak more in the near future. For now, however, you must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Grace and my greetings to Commodore Rayner. I will do that. Oh. Another crystal. Looks like the one I found after we fought that Gobway. Gobway. Oh. This one's not sticking around, though. Oh. Guess I should let Commander Raynor know what happened and bring a close to this abduction business. Commodore Raynor? Sir? Sherwood, eagerly have I awaited your return. Word of your exploits is already spreading through the ranks. My troops and I owe you a great debt of gratitude for your timely assistance. You have shown yourself to be possessed of a sure arm, strong spirit, and sound judgment. Would that Limsa had more of your like. I have little doubt you shall one day join the ranks of Eorzea's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. You're really talking me up too much, sir. Clearly Vaderon's eye for potential remains as sharp as ever, though I doubt even he imagined you capable of such feats. Might you favour me with your own account of today's events? Such victories bear retelling. I will do my best, sir. Y'shtola has been working with us for quite some time, you see. And she was only too willing to assist the Yellow Jackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Limsa yet again. Needless to say, after your part in thwarting the attempted sabotage of the Victory, and the small matter of your deeds at Swiftperch, you too have proven yourself a valued friend of Falsocracy. Admiral! Oh. Admiral? May I present to you Admiral Bluefiswin? I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right.
So, this is the adventurer I've been reading about in the field reports. I am Melve Bluefiswin, Admiral of Limsa.
It's
on
an
behalf
honor.
of my people, I bid you thanks for the deeds you have done this day. A token of our gratitude. What worth is high regard without just reward after all? Ha!
Thank you.
Since you first set foot in our city, my good friend Baderon and Commodore Raynor have taken turns at regaling me with tales of your exploits.
They have?
Safe to say, they left an impression. Join me at the coming banquet.
A banquet with the Admiral? I'm just an adventurer.
The celebratory feast is the least I can offer the man who foiled the Sahagin.
Fairly new one with that as well.
I seat at the feast.
Oh, and don't be late.
I won't.
Your fellow
Definitely
guests
not.
will be eager to take the measure of their newest hero, and some do not take kindly to being kept waiting.
I would imagine
Till then,
so.
may you walk in the light of the crystal.
Limsa ring. Okay. I think I've got some time before the banquet, though. They wouldn't give me a same-day invitation, and I think it's about time I had a nap. Make use of that free room and board that Vaderon offered. Thank you, Catherine, for your... I have been noticing your, like, GGs, and I do appreciate it. I've just been trying to focus... I've just been focusing on what's been going on. Greetings, lad. What can I do for you this fine day? I would like to retire to an inn room. But yeah, I think that will be me for the stream today. I feel that's a good place to cut it off. We've dealt with the threat and we're kind of setting up for more stuff later. Did go on a little longer than I planned, like nearly an hour longer, but I like having those nice clean cut-off points when they're accessible. But yeah, Sorin will be back on Friday evening, same time, so that's 10 o'clock, 10 PM, British summertime. Thank you all for watching and commenting and following along, and I will see you hopefully on Friday. Until then, goodbye.